Hi, everyone. Welcome to this week's KicoffLabs Marketing Chats. This week, during the discussion, we will be reviewing landing pages that you have submitted. I know there's a few of you online in the chat now, and if you haven't already, please post the page that you represent in the chat window so we can make sure to prioritize those of you that made the time to come here live. I appreciate it. One of the reasons we do these events live is so that we can have an audience and we can get feedback from people and we can give feedback to people in real time and we can hear answers to any questions we might have, and also for people who are in the discussions to participate and give each other feedback within the chat room for the live landing pages reviews. With me today is our web designer Laura Lee, so she'll also be reviewing several of the pages. We've got a few to get started with. And then we also have a backlog of a bunch. So even if if it's not your page, I encourage you to pay attention because you will learn something while we look at someone else's page. While I give people a few minutes to start the video, I also want to give a shout out to Laura Lee, who published a great article yesterday to our blog, or the other day to our blog, called Practical Landing Page Design Part 1. So we've been doing these reviews for a while. And it seems like there's a lot of consistent design advice that we give people looking at landing pages. And Laura Lee has been collecting that advice and putting it into some great guidelines in part 1, and in part 2 there'll be some really specific practical advice on how to implement some of these changes in your landing page. So check out that blog post. It's blog Practical Landing Page Design, and I will publish that to the chat. Let me just go right ahead and put that here. And the other resource that you might want to check out is in a couple weeks, we're going to have a webinar for this called Practical Landing Page Design. So we're also going to talk live and kind of walk through building a fantastic looking, high converting landing page. And so this is something that you might want to sign up for. So sign up for, tell your friends. If you get 3 of your friends to sign up, we'll give you half off your premium subscription from KicoffLabs. So feel free to check out the Practical Landing Page Design blog post, part 1 anyway, and then there'll be part 2 will be published next week if you're on our newsletter list, and we're also sign up for the design webinar that'll be happening in a couple weeks. So that's all some great resources. You'll hear a lot of that advice today as we go through landing pages. And all right, so with that, let's get started. So the one of the first pages up here is Plant Prepped pre-launch. So I saw you guys in the chat, and I saw this page when it got submitted, and my biggest piece of feedback is I get here in the browser and I don't know what this page is for. If I assume that I don't read the URL, so Plant Prepped, even if I read the URL, I'm still not sure what it is. Okay, it's something to do with plants. There's no logo, there's no title, there's no tagline, there's nothing, and I don't know what I would do on this page. It looks like I just opened a pretty image. I mean, the image is pretty, but there's nothing that encouraged me to do anything on this page unless I start scrolling, which most people might give up. I go scroll, scroll, scroll. Welcome to Plant Prepped. And it says, we believe that eating plant-based should be affordable, convenient, and delicious. So we're here to make your life a little easier doing all the meal planning, ingredient sourcing, and prepping for you. Why plant-based? And now you have a sign up. So here's my feedback. You see this stuff, like you've got this logo here, and you've got a sign up box, the logo, the tagline, and the sign up box. And I don't see a tagline here. I just see welcome to Plant Prepped. I see this is all great copy to have below the fold. And so I actually like the placement of most of this copy below the fold. I would take this, everything that's down here that I've just highlighted, and that should be on top of this image. So it needs to be up front and center, and you can darken the background behind the image so that the text pops through. And it also, with that, with this logo, making plant-based prep easy, it needs to be specific about what it is. Like, you are shipping people boxes of plant-based, vegetarian meals, and that needs to be what needs to be clearly explained right here on the main page. So I don't know if If hopefully that makes sense. The biggest thing is you just want people to know up front, what are you doing and what is the call to action, and both of those things are missing on this page, and I wouldn't scroll, necessarily scroll, and you can't expect people to scroll. The rest of the copy is good. I might highlight these as the same size headline as this one. So welcome to Plant Prepped. I might, why Plant Prepped, how Plant Prepped work. I might have those as the same size headline because you've only got 4 sections, and I think this headline isn't overwhelming. So then if you do that, these sections will really stand out a little bit more and add a little bit more space between each of the sections. So welcome to Plant Prepped, like an extra couple spaces. After this line, before how it works, a couple extra spaces. And then you can have a second sign up box at the bottom. So you can leave a second sign up box there. We make that easy with KicoffLabs. So anyway, I would give those changes a try. And then let's see what happens if we sign up. So I sign up for Josh. All right. See, look at this. This is what I'm talking about, where you've got this great logo and the dark background image, and Plant Prep Meal Place Easy. Now imagine if this was the tagline. This is sort of what I want on the homepage, and then the sign up box was here. So on the thank you page, I really like this. The copy. Let's see, what are the tasty rewards? Yeah, so I might be specific here. So it says, thank you. I might use smaller font for this and then highlight the larger font, invite friends for bonus ingredients or free boxes. So be really specific. Although Tasty Rewards is pretty good. It's not, some people just say invite friends for rewards. At least Tasty Rewards implies that they're getting some food out of it, which they are. So I don't think that's that big of an issue. Design-wise, I might just add some more padding to the bottom of this section so that the image is a little bit larger and there's some extra space below this line. And then let me look at the rewards. So 0 invited friends have joined, keep checking, bonus ingredient, bonus ingredients, 4 boxes, and then a free box at 25. So I think you've got great rewards here. I like the rewards. I like what you've done on the page. I just add a little bit more padding here. And let's just quickly check out some other things on the page here. So if I click share, hopefully this comes through on Facebook. Oh, great. You've got a great Facebook image here. Plant Based Prep Easy. That's a great, that's awesome. So you set that up properly. Leave, let's see what happens if I click Twitter. What's the Twitter tagline here? Can't wait for Plant Prep to launch. I'm getting 50. Oh, awesome. That's great. So if it says you're getting 50% off your first box, and I think the main page doesn't say that. So I would make it really clear on the sign up page that you're getting 50% off the first box. And then in this, when you make this thank you text smaller, it says, thank you, you've earned 50% off your first box. So just tell them what they've got here on the first box, or the thank you page. And then I assume the email auto reply should also say the same thing as that. I won't go check, but I assume it should say something similar in the email reply that you give people to confirm that they've gotten their 50% off, and they can get Tasty Rewards for doing more. Lorlee, did you have any feedback or anything you wanted to share about this page?
Yeah, I had a couple things. The first, on this page, on the thank you page, while we're here on this page, there's one thing that stands out to me is we see that we've got this Plant Prepped as part of your logo that's one font. And then we've got Making Plant Based Easy, which is another font. And then we've got this thank you, which is another font. And then this invite friends for Tasty Rewards, which is another font. And then this copy and paste to share. And then the thank you URL, which is also a different font from all the other ones. So we have probably, let's see, like 5 different fonts here. So it just stands out with, since they're pretty starkly different, this one's kind of a cursive one, sort of handwritten one. This one's a serif font, and then we've got sans serif, and so what I'm saying is, like, there's a lot of different types of fonts here. Choose maybe one, maybe make them all this like Plant Prepped. I forget the name of this font. I recognize it, but maybe try to make them all one font. At the very least, choose one font for this page and just make each of these the same font family. And that's really easy to do in KicoffLabs. And you can see as you scroll down that it looks like this font here is used here as well, which is good. And then down here, and I agree with what Josh said about like maybe adding a little more padding down here. It just feels really tight with the image here. And then the other thing I would do on this page, exactly what Josh said about, put your logo here with your simple call to action and the sign up button here. And you could do like a dark or a light overlay on here to, just so that the text stands out. But the image is really nice, and being able to see that slightly should be there, but it shouldn't be the main focus of this landing page. You should be able to see why, like what people are getting into, like what you're offering and why they would want to sign up first. And then here, just like what Josh was saying, was like group these together a little bit more. People, when there's a lot of text like this all in one, people aren't likely to read it all. They might read the headlines, kind of like what we've done, but it's a lot of text for someone to read. But if you break it up into like a little bit more manageable chunks, and maybe see if there's any way that you could cut down the text even slightly, that would be helpful. We have a lot of different snippets, and you can look at like little components that you can put on the page that are really nicely designed. Like there's a couple that come to mind that might work out, because it looks like you have some really nice photography for your products that you're offering these with all these foods. It looks really nice. So there's one that comes to mind where it's an image on one side, and then you have text on the right side, and then you could do text on this side and image on the other side. So it will break it up a little bit more and make it look like, break up this text a little bit more, make it a little more readable, and that would also give a little bit more spacing to all the text, and it will make the page feel a lot lighter, and it'll just look better. I think that you'll be a lot happier with the outcome of the page if you do that. And I really like what Josh said, where this is getting, where like if you're going to have these different sections, I just second the idea of adding a second call to action down at the bottom here, which is also a really easy thing to do in KicoffLabs. So those are a couple additional ideas, and kind of to second some of the things that Josh said.
Awesome, thank you. So the next page I've got pulled up to look at is called Revolve. And Laura, I don't know if you want to go ahead and start with this one,
Sure.
Revolve metrics. And so it's revolve.io/MD.
Yep. Okay. So pulling this up, the first thing that that really stands out to me is it looks like you're really going for a clean design, which I am a huge proponent of. I really love that. But there's a lot of different colors on here, and then text row after row that makes it not feel so clean. So the first thing that I would do is I would choose maybe one color. Like I see your logo here, which probably doesn't need to be this big. I would probably make this quite a bit smaller, and maybe even stick it a little bit closer to the top. I wouldn't add maybe as much padding up here. It's not really necessary here. Just maybe cut down the padding a little bit, make this logo a little bit smaller. And then this text, I think it's fine to just be some sort of like dark gray to black color. And so that by doing that, by limiting the colors, when you do add a color, like I didn't even realize that this is a link. Now I see that it is as I hover over. That was just accidentally noticing that. And the reason that is because we've got green and black and purple, and then we've got these link colors. And then there's this one here too. So make your text just the the gray to dark gray to black, whatever color you want to use. Maybe it's the same black from your logo. And then what you want to stand out, then make that stand out with the colors. So I would then move this. I guess you've got multiple calls to action here. You've got to download the app today, click to see the list of features, and we've got the sign up, and it's conflicting. You're not quite sure, like coming here, I'm not quite sure what I should do. And so I would say, like, think about what it is that you really want them to do, and make sure that that's really easy and clear for them to do. And maybe the main call to action is to sign up for updates. and the secondary is to download the app, or maybe downloading the app's the main thing and the secondary is signing up. I imagine clicking here for a list of features isn't one of your top goals. So I would then move this down. And I'm not even quite sure what we're doing here. Improve patient satisfaction with a community of peers. So it looks like it's a community-based application. Look like it's probably a mobile app. It's free, and that there's some premium features that you can pay for. So, but I'm still not quite sure what it is. I'm not positive, like, or why I would want to sign up. Other than getting in the know, that's not a really great incentive for me. Like looking at, I'm not even positive exactly what it is. I imagine if I scroll down, I'll see some. And I like the use of testimonials. One thing I'm seeing here as I scroll is I see there's different sections, but just looking at this without reading anything, it's hard to tell where each section begins and where each section ends. And there's a couple easy ways to do that. One would be like, if this is one section here where the testimonial is, maybe make this one section like all one background color, and make it just like a light gray. It could be very subtle, it can be very small, and it will still feel really clean and light, but it will help communicate where sections begin and where they end. And there's a lot of, let's see, what does it do? Real-time patient feedback, insight into what matters, patient engagement. Still, I'm not 100% positive. Collect feedback about things that matter. Pretend patients spend just 3 minutes after each visit. Okay, so you can give feedback. Find out what your ratings are, how are low or high. Run campaigns to address specific issues. Know if they're working. And then patient engagement. So this is more. Is this targeting doctors then, or?
It sounds like it needs to say like improve patient satisfaction with simple surveys for your office, for your doctor's office.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not exactly. Yeah, that would make
like improve patient satisfaction with a community of peers, and I don't quite understand how that matters. But like everything else seems to be like engage with patients, get insights from patients, like get you need short surveys, like so it seems like that needs to be specifically called out at the top, like what it is.
Yeah, I like that. So like making really clear who it's for and what it is exactly. Like, so improving this headline would be helpful, first of all, and then figuring out what is the main call to action and making sure that's really easy. Like if it's to sign up, push these down, remove the download and click here, like make it only one thing that someone should do on this main first part of the page, that like above the fold here. And then break up the sections.
And we're gonna see this later. Like I actually think like when you've got like a free tool that people could start with, so scroll up again on the page. It says free to use, you only pay for premium features, and you're saying getting people to download the app. I would definitely have that as secondary, and I would strongly encourage maybe even putting the like get the free app now and collect people's email address before they get the app. And I know that they could just go to the app store and get it, or click the link any other way, but then you're giving them a reason to sign up. Like get the free app now by entering your email address like here. And then you'll have a clear incentive that you already have today, but you're just giving it away without collecting any information about the person signing up or getting a chance for them to create a stronger relationship with that potential customer might get your premium features later on.
Yeah, I agree. Like move, and I would also, the form's just a little bit strange how it's on top of each other and then the button over here. I would either move the button to be under it, so it's all one right after another with a little bit of space in between this drop down and this. And if you need any help with any of this, just let us know. But yeah, so move this up here, move these download, the click here to see features, and even this free to use. Like make sure like what up here when they get to this page, what they're going to need to see is, I like having your logo, but just make it smaller. It shouldn't be such a big focus, and let people know what it is and who it's for, specifically for this audience, because you can see here, now I notice that it is, like dentists, orthodontists, physicians. So make that very clear here so people don't have to try to figure it out. and then give a reason why someone would want to sign up for it. What incentive are you offering? And I imagine there's going to be something, and I'll sign up in just a second so we can see. And then move that up to the top and just keep it really simple. That will, keep your really clean design actually really clean and simple, and it will be easier for people to use. And then break up these sections so that it doesn't look like it's all going into each other. And I can see these headlines, and maybe there's a little bit of space. It just feels, maybe it's these use of colors. I don't know what you think, Josh, but it's like there's something about like having these colors be one color and then these ones another color. It feels, it doesn't feel simple and easy to use. Like I would say maybe even don't make these a blue. That's not necessary.
Yeah. I would get rid of the purple. I don't think the purple makes it look professional. I think the blue color with the green probably looks a lot better. Like if the green is your brand color, that blue might be complementary. It's hard because they're not that close together.
Yeah.
But I think that might be more complementary. But I would stick with like the green and the black for the most part, and just calling out maybe even just the icons in blue, or just the icon in those first lines in blue. But the headlines I would stick with just the plain black, and cut most of the purple text, because the purple text to me just feels not very professional. Oh, that green text looks really good too. Like,
yeah, that does.
So it's really just the purple and the orange text that I have a problem with.
Yeah, and I think that here's another thing that I'm noticing as we go through here. So you've got this green sign up now, and this purple sign up. There should be some consistency, and this is something that you'll see in next week's blog post about like choosing what your colors are going to be used for. You've got this really nice green color. And if you want, and I probably what I would do is I would say, okay, let's make all your calls to action green, and have them just be there. And then you can use blue as your secondary color, where like make these titles black or dark gray, these ones all black or dark gray. Well, you can keep these logos, this nice complementary color, this nice blue, and then everything else be black, and then stay consistent here. These are just a complementary color, so these should be blue as well. These don't need to be colored, so make sure that they're just black or gray. Same with this title here. And then be consistent with the same green here. This is a nice color. This would be good for your sign up, up at the top. So that's a good start. And then this could, if you really want this option to stand out, and then make it the same green color. So try to limit the number of colors you have on this page. We don't need this. See, this new reddish rusty color is a new color as well. So try to limit your fonts to just the green and the blue that you have, while making the text, unless you really, really want it to stand out, also have that complementary color. But for the most part, this should all just be black or dark gray. So let's sign up and see about the thank you page. Now this is really nice and clean. It's minimal, it's small. Thank you for signing up, and we have the option to share. There's no incentive based, and you could think about maybe offering that. That's one of the really awesome things about KicoffLabs, is offering some incentive really increases that viral boost of people wanting to share so that they can earn those rewards. But this looks really nice for this page.
The only thing I would say is use the links below to talk about, and you put in caps our service via Facebook. It doesn't hurt you there to talk about Revolve metrics via Facebook, Twitter, or email. I know it seems obvious to you what the service is, but again, it's one of these things where people reading it, like they don't live and breathe your business, your company, and so like it's fine to say, and I think it feels more professional to say talk about Revolve metrics than to capitalize our service on Facebook, Twitter, or email. And I would say to use the links below to tell your friends about Revolve metrics. Tell fellow doctors. There's just something that's a little bit more specific to what your brand is in this case. All right, so let's go with let's get the next page. Before we start, I want to call out, let's see, so go back to the chat here. I want to call out Lana in the chat for being brave, posting the plant-based app that we looked at first. And so I think what she said was, I can find it. Hello, my name is Lana, and my company is Plant Prep. Plant Prep is a plant-based meal kit service currently in pre-launch. The good news is we totally got that from the page once we read it. So I think you're ahead of the curve there. So thanks for volunteering and being brave there. Next, I'm going to look at Caspi. So Caspi, it says, Sarim is here from Caspi. Caspi is an AI-powered Chrome extension that mutes inbox noise to help you build stronger relationships with email contacts that you actually care about. That is a mouthful. Let's see what the page says. All right, so the page, it's got a nice logo here, this nice little split left-right design. Caspi, forget your inbox. Snooze, reply to and mute emails from anywhere in your browser without opening Gmail. Get Caspi for free. When I click this, what happened is it took me to the Chrome store right away. I know that it's available in the Chrome store, and this is the case where I'm going to say, I scrolled down below, so I cheated and I looked at this page earlier, and I saw that you've got the Chrome extension for free, and then you've got, for Teams per month per user, contact us right here. And so it is something that you want to monetize these free people. The challenge is you're not collecting an email address from these free people, so I don't see how you can sell to them over time. And I think it's really critical in this case. What I would do is I would put this Get Caspi for free behind, and this should be an email entry box above this, like enter your email address to get Caspi for free now. And then I would hint below that and possibly earn premium features, which you could use KicoffLabs for, to get people sharing. But at least just having it behind and then when people enter the email address, you can send them the link to the Chrome store, and then you're actually getting something out of it. And because right now, you have this thing. I could download the plugin, install it, try it, and you will actually never know that I tried it at this point. And so it seems like you have an opportunity to capture a lot more email addresses than you're doing. So the demo on the side, I feel like it's a little bit, yeah, get it, reply, take time break. Yeah, I like it. There's a little bit of extra mouse movement, which in demos is usually, like, if you're going to have this being such a featured demo, it's best to try and keep the mouse as calm as possible. And there's some fidgety mouse movement in there, but otherwise, it's a fairly clean looking demo. It makes it clear you've got a real product, and I like it on the side in that box. So looking at the rest of the headlines, goodbye obsessive inbox checking, get notified only when it's necessary, snooze till later, put unwanted emails to sleep, check email in batches, and then choose a plan that suits your needs. And again, this is where I wish you were collecting email. You're collecting email addresses here, and then what are you waiting for? I love the graphics. The page is really well designed, and I like the headlines. You're telling a story through the headlines. You talk about all the features you've got, and then I just feel like you're not selling enough. Like, you've got this product that took a lot of effort, and I don't feel like you're actually selling enough. I feel like you're doing too much to give it away for free. And so that's my 2 cents. Laura, did you have any feedback on this page?
Yeah, one thing that stands out to me, I really like Josh, I really like the design. I like how it's broken up. Even though there's a lot of text, you've broken it up in a way that makes it really easy to digest and read more if I was interested in any certain part of it. At the top, I feel like it goes, in general, I like these types of split designs. But it feels like, I don't know where this blue, I see it here, but throughout the page, we don't really see it too much except in this app design. And so there's this little bit of contrast between the way that the app is designed. We've got this dark greenish color, and then this blue. And now I can see now that it's pulled in. But up here, for some reason, at first, it seemed just kind of strange to me. I don't know how you've created this page, but if it's easy, I would play with just looking to see what this page would look like without any background color here, like maybe a really light or off-white color, or just white in the back. just to see what it looks like. Just because I got a little bit distracted saying, seeing, trying to understand the difference between these. And I think that then it will also make this part on the right, your little demo, stand out even more. And your text be still really readable. But just, I mean, I would look at it. It might not be the best solution, but it might make it look a little bit better, cleaner. And otherwise, I really like this page all in all. If it's easy for you as well on your page, I would, you see how you have like text that goes down long, but then the image is at the top. It would be nice if the image was centered with the text here. So like this image was maybe just a little bit farther down. That's something that that we do, that we have a way to do that with KicoffLabs, and it would make, I think it would make it look a little bit better. But all in all, I agree with Josh, maybe moving this option up higher on the page, and with, so that, or maybe even duplicating it, having this up at the top as well down here. But those are just my first few thoughts. I really like this. Oh, and I just noticed one other thing. This button, so we've got these square buttons, and then we've got this kind of pill-like button. Let's see what this button up the top is like. Another square one. There's a little bit of inconsistency there that I would, it's just a small thing, but I would just make this a square one just like the other ones. But that I just saw that now. But otherwise, really, really great.
Good catch. All right, the next page I want to look at, and Lorelei, if you could start, because I'm already sharing your screen, is toys2grow.com. And the toys 2 is the number 2, so www.toys2grow.com. There we go. Yeah, that's the page. So I already gave them a round of feedback, and so I'd love to get your feedback on top of what I've done.
Okay, I'd love this. Okay, so first of all, this logo doesn't need to be nearly quite so large. I would make it much, much smaller. Educational to toys delivered monthly, really clean. I already know exactly what you're offering. That's great. Join now to earn 50% off your first month. I love that you then have, there's a clear incentive. So now I already know exactly what you're offering, why I want to sign up, and the signing up seems super easy. So I love this. First of all, I just love how you've done this. With it looks like, I like how you pulled this font in to kind of look like your logo, which is really great too. And it looks like you're using it here as well. Play, learn, and grow together. I don't, yeah, I like that. Let's see. Okay, so play with me, play to learn, play to grow. I might move this how it works up closer to the top. These, for some reason, these don't really resonate with me as much. I do have kids, and this would be something that would be really cool to have. They might be out of this age group, I'm not quite sure. But like this play with me, I would almost change these titles, because this is going to be the parent who's going to be reading this. And this doesn't say much to me about, like, I don't know, like maybe it's more like, I don't know, make memories, make educational memories or something, meaningful educational memories, play to learn. And, like, I don't know, I feel like maybe considering these titles a little bit more might be really good in thinking of, like, what are the benefits, and even describing these. I understand that this is going to be, this is going to cover how they're going to learn as you're playing. And I understand that this is going to be, the fun, how fun these toys are. But there's something about these titles, and I don't know if Josh, if you can probably ping this down just a little bit more, but there's something about these titles that just don't quite resonate with me.
I get, so yeah, so I get what they were going for with the, like, play to, like the reasons to play, but I hear you when I read it again a second time. It's not quite saying what the paragraphs below are saying.
Yeah.
So I might take another shot at, like, distilling these paragraphs below, like, and that one that's play to learn that's there. Even just saying, like, that first line, it says playtime is learning time. That might even be a better headline than play to learn.
I agree.
And so maybe taking that first line in there and just swapping that headline out, be a little bit cleaner.
Yeah, I agree. Um, and
And I
maybe,
also agreed with your feedback about the how it works. I do think it'd be great to if you
yeah,
can
have
show that
this.
again, the how it works, having that close to the top, because I think there's this assumption there's a lot of people launching these subscription based services, and people don't quite get how it works. And I think to you it's obvious, so it's at the bottom. But I actually think anybody, like even plant based, could benefit from like having a how it works. I think they did. They had a small how it works section, but could benefit from really putting that, up front to explain how these sort of subscription boxes work for people.
Yeah, I agree. And I like even my question saying I didn't know if this would work for my kids. And it's nice to see, oh, I could select my age group, so I could find one for their specific age group, which is a really cool thing. So yeah, I think that moving this up to the top will help, maybe even like here above this picture, or maybe it's over top of this picture and making the background a little bit more of an overlay. I
Mhm.
don't know what role it really plays.
Mhm.
Play, learn, and grow together. Play is not a break from learning. It's the way young children learn. And I like that you're like reiterating that. And I love the image. So I wouldn't say go away from the image. It's almost like maybe what to utilize here a little bit more. And maybe this is where you can see this how it works. With like a little bit like this. Let's see how we could do this. We could, if we pulled how it works up on top of the, no, I think actually I take that back. It's probably better if you just add your how it works right here before this image. Um, I don't know about this section though. I don't know if you have any ideas for this section, Josh, or if you think it looks good. But for some reason, something about this section is almost like, oh, it's
I sort of feel like I was torn when I gave the initial feedback about taking that image, the background image, and maybe having that background image like on the top section, which is just plain gray,
oh yeah,
and then getting rid of that section there,
oh I like that.
or putting that text below near the bottom of the page with a secondary sign up. And maybe it would be cleaner that way, because it kind of breaks up the page a little bit too much, and
Yeah,
it might be better to have the top with the background image, and then go straight into the how it works. And this play, learn, and grow together could be a secondary call to action, almost like a second homepage near
yeah.
the bottom of the page.
Yeah, I really like that. So what I would do with that in mind is I would move this image up to the top. Last while this popped up, let me just look at this real quick. Last chance to sign up. Please sign up. I would reiterate the benefit of why you can sign up, and maybe like get educational toys delivered monthly. I would even reiterate what it is that they're getting and why here instead of just please sign up. It sounds just a little bit, I don't know, like it sounds like it pushes me away from even wanting to sign up because it sounds a little bit more like you really want me to so bad. I don't know. Like just to reiterate the benefits to me, I would update this text just a little bit. But so yeah, what I would do is I would move this text on top, and instead of, you see how you kind of have a dark overlay on this image, I would make it a really light overlay. So I'd make it like almost white, where you can't, where the image isn't the main focus, but you can still see it. It still stands out. And then you can keep this dark text. You might want to play with it though, and if you need any help, you can reach out to us, and we can help you. Look at this. Like you can reach out and call me out specifically, and I'll help you with the page. But I would definitely move this image up. I like that because it really does break up this page. And then the next section would be how it works. And then you can have these sections here, which are really nice, great content. I love how you have the testimonials here. And then let's see, I don't really love this background color. Let me see what I would recommend color making it. I might make it this, see this, the color you've got here, this light grayish color. Instead of making this so dark, actually, since this is the light gray, I might just make this completely white, this background color. This dark gray kind of breaks up the page and doesn't make it look great. And then have what you've got in this section right here with play, learn, and grow together. Have this part of this secondary call to action here. So it's not just a button, but it's another reiteration of why they should sign up. I think that would make this page look really, really good. And the last thing I noticed that your text, your link color on the page should be this color here, this green, instead of the blue that you've got here. And if you need any help with any part of this, just reach out to us, and you can ask me, Laura Lee, specifically. Just ask me when you email support@KicoffLabs.com, and I'll be happy to help you with the page if you need any help.
Cool. Thanks, Harley. All
Yeah,
right.
so let me.
Oh, you want to do the thank you
this.
page? Yeah.
Okay, I like that you again use the logo, but again, it's too big. Make it a lot smaller. Great, you're on the wait list. Get 50% off by referring 5 friends. So I don't think that this text color really needs to be this green color. I'd say just go ahead and make it just a black color or dark gray. And with this image a lot smaller, this sharing is going to stand up more on the page, which will be good. This image takes up more than half of the page. So once the logo is a lot smaller and up closer to the top, what you really care about is going to show up a little bit more. And then with the text color being a gray or black, I think that it will make this page feel a lot cleaner as well.
Cool.
And we also have a new reward level that you could also consider. I think that this is really great too. But there's one additional one that you can look at the rewards, where it's a slider that shows people as they progress.
That's great feedback. Yeah, when I first looked at this page, that we hadn't published that thank you page. So
yeah, and that's a recent thing that we just released.
Cool. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick lightning round on some of the other pages that people submitted. Laura Lee, could you pull up that page just so we can kind of show that on the webinar in the background, and let me know when you've got it. We got up the preview from our landing page templates.
Which page?
The one goal page.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So you just pull
definitely.
up the preview for our template, so we can just show people that really quickly because
Yep.
it's really cool. All right, I'm going to go through some pages really quickly here. So miscapp.com, with small text, you know food, your friends know the best spots, Misk gives you both. There's something about this text. I could be a little bit older reading this. My monitor could be a little small, but it says, I wish this text was just slightly more readable here with some more spacing. The enter site is readable, but the text is not as readable. And then it says join the wait list. I don't quite know exactly what you're doing yet, but let me sign up. I love the clean design of the page. I mean, it's super clean. I just wish I knew more about what you guys were doing. All right, cheers, mate. We'll be in touch. Oh, you're not, but you said you had friends. I could have invited friends. Oh, you should be using KicoffLabs for this. That's such a missed opportunity, and you can give them rewards for sharing. Oh, I'm sorry. Just like you saw on the other pages, you can give people rewards, and if it's a social food app, it works so much better. So sign up at KicoffLabs.com and come back to us. All right, Divorced Barbie. It's a great name. DivorcedBarbie.com is coming. We're almost here. The thing that I noticed is then, I don't know if these are your app pictures or they might be our default app or phone pictures. I wish it was something more specific to you. I think these are just our default phone app pictures on this template. What I don't like is being clear, like divorcedbarbie.com is coming and we're almost here. So I think the only thing I liked is the Divorced Barbie name. And I think this text that says is coming tells people to go away. So cut it. This text should be what it is. Like, you're ready for your best life, like right now. Maybe that text should be up here. That would be a stronger call to action. And then just if the image, if it's an app, if it's a website, it should be of that or like a preview. Down here below the form, it says real news, real love, real life, real talk, real deals, real fun, real solutions. It tells you a little bit more about what it is. And so I would really focus on like explaining the what, and be the first to know is terrible incentive. Most people don't just want to be the first to know, like, get help first, be part of the community first, get exclusive deals. Those are all things that would resonate better with people. Let's sign up and see what happens. See, so now you've got a different type of logo. So this is this DB logo. I like the other one better when it was just more text based, and I don't think you need the .com on that other one. Let's see. So prize level 2, be a guest. Enter a promo. Prize level 4. This is just really like, this is our default copy. The background image is one of our default images. It's not personalized to you. Just spend more time and personalize this page. Make it feel like your brand and you're talking to people, and be specific about what rewards they could earn. So you heard that from some feedback earlier today. Let's go now to Black Girl Beauty Club, Beauty Box. There should be a really pretty picture of somebody with your product here in the background. You've got 3 sections, 3 lines of text, and 3 different fonts, and so stick with one. Yeah, so I would make those changes. I would, one consistent font, have a logo. The background should be a really minimal image with somebody with some products to show people what the products are. Let's see, Tech Tea Club. There's a white bar at the top that doesn't seem to have a purpose. It should be either for a logo or a brand, or just cut the white bar at the top. It says Tech Tea Club. T-shirts in the world's most innovative companies delivered to a global network of investors, partners, customers, employees. Wow, that is a lot. How about just like T-shirts from the world's most innovative companies? Because it seems like you listed so many people here. It seems like it's for everybody. And if that's the case, just say T-shirts from the world's most innovative companies, and say, let's see what happens if I sign up. Let's look like Loot Crate for startup T-shirts, a community of tech startups enthusiasts. I don't know if it's a T-shirt or what it is, like a community. Okay. The rewards are a little bit harsh. Like, most people will never get to 10, and at 10 I only get your gratitude. You should get my gratitude I should get your gratitude just for signing up. Like, that should be the 0. Like, and maybe use levels like 5, and it would say like $4 off a T-shirt, like a smaller reward for like 5, and then 10 should be like free T-shirt, pay $4 shipping, and then 20 should be. I just would make the reward seem more achievable for what you're doing here. All right. Next site, aesthetics, the label. I gave some feedback on this the other day. It's still missing the logo at the top. So come back to us when you've got the logo at the top there. And this last chance to sign up, this box is just using our default text. So edit the exit intent widget that's on the page, and then when you've done that, you'll have some more specific copy here. Let's see. I think that was the last one that I had. All right, nobody else has submitted any more pages in the chat. All right, so a couple things. First of all, I'm Josh from KicoffLabs. It was Laura Lee from KicoffLabs. And so our product, which helps people, is KicoffLabs.com. So if you don't know about KicoffLabs.com, we make setting up these referral mechanisms and viral contests really easy. So quickly and easily set up refer a friend style giveaways, sweepstakes, and product launches. Our customers have collected over, this number is wrong, it's now 15 million leads with our viral contests. And you saw some examples today where people could unlock rewards at certain number of referrals. We've got leaderboard as a style of campaign. We've got waitlist style campaigns, as well as what Laura Lee is about to show with the one goal. So Laura Lee, with the new feature and new style of campaign, can you want to talk about that really quickly?
Yeah, so here it is. You can see that like you set one goal for them to achieve, whether that's 5 or 10 or 20 here, and you can change that very easily. And then you can modify all this text to keep them encouraged to go. Like if you wanted to change it to just 10, you can see that like as the number goes, as they get closer to the goal, they get closer to reaching that. For our actual page, it's actually just 3. And so once they get there, they see, their text that they've earned it, and it's a really clean and easy way to get people to have one goal to share. And it looks really nice. I think that for a simple contest of a way to people to get people to share.
Yeah, it's a really simple giveaway concept, and it's available both as a snippet that you can add to any thank you page, as we've done here, and it's also, we have a sample thank you page that has the snippet already installed on that thank you page. And so it's a really cool feature. I encourage anyone here to check it out if you want to try and simplify the rewards that you're doing for people, or create a new campaign with simpler rewards. And last 2 calls to action. Let's see. So coming back here, actually just my last call to action. I would go ahead and sign up. I think it's going to be really awesome for practical landing page design. So That'll be our webinar next week, I believe. And so, yep, 7 days, 7 days and 6 minutes. So sign up for that. Sign up for that webinar for next week, and let us know what you think. Thanks everyone for coming today, and thanks everybody for watching the stream after the fact. Have a great weekend. Bye.